Kirby, what are you up to this time? Kirby, this never turns out well. Don't do it, Kirby. Don't! Oh, that actually went well. For Kirby, I mean, not the rainbow. So, since I've already gone over my thoughts on the themes for these first few stages, I'd actually like to point something out. So, by now I'm pretty sure you've noticed the fact that each level name is an alliteration. For example, you have Vegetable Valley, Butter Building, Grape Garden, stuff like that. But something you might not have noticed is the fact that if you take the first letter of each level name and put them all backwards, you actually get the letters R-O-Y-G-B-I-V, which of course are the initials for Rainbow. So yes, even before Return to Dreamland they were doing that thing where they spelled out a certain something, except it's kinda not a plot twist or plot point this time around, it's just, you know, spelling out Rainbow, which is kinda neat, because hey, now we're in Rainbow Resort. So, this area is actually one of two areas in this entire level that actually has a secret switch. Yeah, I know, after last time, where we had each level containing a secret switch, there are only two this time around, one in this first stage and one in the last stage of the area. So, most of these stages are going to be pretty straightforward. I don't mind too much, but hey, you know, I guess if you did like finding those secret switches, then, well, I guess you'll be kinda disappointed? I don't know why you would be, but whatever. Anyway, take Burning if you don't have something like Hammer. You probably won't, especially if you restarted. But, these blue blocks up here, of course, can be broken by any ability. However, you are going to want Burning for those blocks. Should be obvious. Oh, and speaking of things that don't really appear in this last level in the game, Meta Knight, of course, won't be badgering you anymore, due to the fact that, well, we kind of beat him last time, you know? The part where we had a sword fight to the death with him, except neither of us died. Yeah, so we're not going to be seeing his minions. Hope you don't miss him. I'm also going to try using as many abilities as I possibly can, other than Ball, because fuck that ability, and I do know it's here. Don't know why you would grab it. Actually, to be completely fair, despite the fact that Ball is the most useless ability in the game, even more useless than Sleep, it's conceivably useful in this area, because there are a lot of interior sections. Dip 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 bomb rally. And look at that, I won. Go me. Alright, so, Stage 2. Now, you could go in this door right here, but I'm actually not going to. I'm going to go into the hidden door right here. So, this stage is actually a mini boss gauntlet. Yeah, I know, only the second stage into this level and we're already at the boss gauntlet. Now, if you were to take the lower door, you'd actually fight easier mini bosses such as Poppy Bros Sr. and the Walrus Dude, stuff like that. But since we took the hidden route, we're actually going to be fighting pretty much the most difficult mini-bosses in the game, like Fan here. Fan, I kind of hate you even though I love you. See, I hate you for throwing me like that, but you were just so adorable while doing it, in a gigantic, freakish, elephant thing sort of way. But normally I'd kind of try to sort of use each ability that they give, but at the same time, we're fighting the hardest mini-bosses. I don't want to be fighting Bugsy with Throw. I want to be using Hammer, because Hammer is always useful. And I don't care what the next mini-boss is, I don't want to be using Backdrop against it. Yeah, see? Fire Lion. It's not a good idea to use Backdrop against Fire Lion unless you're good at Backdrop. Like, seriously. Then again, you shouldn't really use Backdrop ever unless you're good at it. Well, since I actually like Burning ability, I might as well pick this up. I don't exactly want to break the entire area. Also, your reward for doing the hidden path is getting a bunch of 1-ups. Whew, close one. Almost died. Like, 9 times. We're just gonna leave this tower in style. And by in style, I mean we are going to be ramming off space itself. Did you see the thing I was ramming against? No, you didn't. because Kirby was just bashing himself into an invisible wall, because he's cool like that. Kick the skies, Kirby. Alright, is this the level I don't like? It might be. It's either stage 4 or 5, I think, that I really don't like. But both of them sort of start out like this. It's just... oh, okay. I don't actually hate this section, however, this particular section is actually kind of annoying, despite the fact that I don't hate it. I don't get why I don't hate it, but whatever. Anyway, this area is incredibly hard to navigate. You should probably just float through rather than, you know, doing what I'm doing and using your feet, because if you use your feet, you're going to be slipping around, and apparently downward slopes just aren't very good when they're tiny. You'll be slip-sliding around, and of course the Bronto Burts repeatedly respawning aren't helping. Like, seriously, I hate you guys. I really do. And apparently the designers knew that section was annoying because they gave us a maximum health tomato. Wasn't that just nice? Oh, and some candy. Well, time to not give a damn about whatever I ram into. Just gonna run across some icy platforms. Except I didn't kill that Waddle Doo. He was actually smart. He jumped over Kirby. Seriously. That is one smart little eyeball thing. Okay, so this section, you have to make a choice on what you actually want, and I kinda wish I hadn't gotten shot because, yeah, you get a couple of seconds to grab something, because first the actual floor goes down, but then the shotsos come down, and then the floor blows up. So just grab what you think you need and get out before you die. Okay, this is definitely the section I hate, not because Ball... I mean, I don't like seeing it, but, you know, I just don't find this level all that fun, truth be told. But, nevertheless, I'm just gonna move on. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna grab Tornado, because I haven't used it that much, and man, as I was saying, I kinda want to use a bunch of different abilities, because that's sort of the point of Kirby, you know, using different abilities to kill everyone. That's, you know, sort of what makes it fun and all. Okay, this might not have been the best room to use Tornado in. Yeah, because Tornado can't break those star blocks. Kinda problematic. Ah well, I can break them with my feet. Oh, that was actually something you wouldn't see in Kirby's Adventure. I believe I mentioned it before, but yeah. The invincibility frames for Tornado are different in this game. You've got fewer of them. Whenever you exit Tornado, you are kind of in danger of being hit if there's still an enemy around. So this is basically why I dislike this stage, because basically the whole thing is just a bunch of rooms with enemies in them. It's kind of meh. Also, this section can kind of be dangerous. You can either bump into that Gordo over there, or fall off the cliff, or do both. Thankfully, I only did one of them. I would have preferred not to do either of them, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Proceed with caution, especially if you are about to die. Kirby is kind of almost fatally wounded, but it doesn't matter, because that's pretty much the entire thing. Oh yeah, the wind section. That's what I was missing. Whew. Okay, that was a close one. That guy was very close. Okay, so basically, you hit the bomb blocks, and these Gordos will have more space to move around. Well, except over here. It works over there. They will move a bit farther, so you can actually grab that one up, but I'd rather not risk my life right now, which is why I'm not sliding under these guys, even though it's not that difficult to do. I could probably do it, but again, kind of near fatally wounded, don't want to die, almost at the end of the stage. There, we're done. And another one. Neat! Alright, excuse me for a moment. Yep, now I'm not about to die. That's good. Alright, so... Oh, bomb section. This section is actually rather easy. Basically, you just... actually hover, and you should make it through without getting hit, because if you're on the ground, that's where they get you. This guy is very easy, and in fact, I don't know why he's... Actually, hell, isn't he the last mini-boss you actually see in this game? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there are no more on this level, and I know for a fact that there aren't any in the next stage, so... Gigantic Wheel was the final mini-boss in the game, and he was incredibly anticlimactic because I blew him up, and then I spat another wheel at him. Alright, this section is fairly annoying. This doesn't actually get you a secret switch, because, of course I said, there's only a secret switch in the first and last stages. This isn't the last stage. Basically, we have to burn this rope, then dash over to the cannon, but there is a very small frame of time to do so, so I'm just gonna cut to when I actually succeed, because this is probably gonna take a while. And there we go. See? Split second to actually get into it. But, hey, we get 1-ups. Oh man, I'm gonna need those. Whew. Good thing I've got 21 lives. I can die 21 times and not be worried. At least I'm pretty sure 0 counts as a life. I'm not quite sure, I haven't seen it in a while. Alright, so, that's the last stage, but strangely enough, I don't think I'm actually going to be taking an ability to that stage. You want to know why? It's because this stage is based off of Kirby's Dreamland, the very first Kirby game in the series. And of course in Kirby's Dreamland, copy abilities didn't exist yet, so we're gonna go in this one without any abilities, you know, just to keep the spirit of things. Anyway, each of these sections is basically just a small bit of, well, not really a small bit, but more of a representation of each stage from Kirby's Dreamland. Basically think Spring Breeze, except it's even more an abridged version of that. Except, you know, unlike that version, we actually have Castle Lololo, so there's that. Speaking of which, here's the castle right here. Again, this was removed in Kirby Superstar. Why? I don't know. I mean, I guess it was kind of a weird stage, but I don't know, it wasn't really that bad. I guess they just didn't have the room for it. Thankfully, though, there aren't those really weird masks floating around. Anyway, here we have Float Islands. This wasn't a terribly interesting stage, I think, but there was Kabula, I think his name was. Basically, he's the giant blimp, who was also taken out of Kirby Superstar. And of course, since there aren't any bosses in this section, well, you know, he doesn't exist. And he never appeared again until Kirby Superstar Ultra. Anyway, these teleporty guys are kind of annoying, to be honest. Be careful of them. You know, you should be wary of enemies. I know, that's a totally new concept, guys. This is Bubbly Clouds, where Krako appeared. Here, a bunch of Scarfies appear, and they are very, 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 very annoying. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time I accidentally tried to suck them up, so that's what happens when you try to do that. Anyway, this is pretty much the last section of this stage, which is really too bad. I was enjoying myself. I mean, half of the reason why I love this stage so much is because of the music, and it's great, but whatever. Anyway, Castle DDD more or less gets absolutely no representation whatsoever because it was basically just a mix of, guess what, previous levels from Kirby's Dreamland, and basically a boss rush except with levels. And, of course, what else would we unlock but the Star Warp? Kinda have to figure by this point, right? And we finish with a 1. So, that's it for basically the entire game. That was the last stage, and boy was it delightful. But it's over now. And next time, we shall go to the Fountain of Dreams and we shall fight DDD because he's kind of a jerk. He's so much of a jerk, he placed that door in the sky. Seriously, how did he even do that?